Anthony. We got the Farrelly brothers on the line.
Hey, how's it going?
Do we got Peter and Bobby?
They are.
Peter and Bobby on the line.
How are you guys?
Really
Hi.
good. How you guys doing?
Great, thanks.
Gentlemen.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show.
Thanks
you,
a
guys.
bunch.
We're huge fans of your movies.
Appreciate that.
Should start by saying that. And you got a new movie out, The Heartbreak Kid, with Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's a fun one. It's, about a guy who goes on his honeymoon and falls in love with another woman.
You know how that can happen.
Sure. I wish it happened to me.
Yeah, Ant got married how many years ago, Ant?
Oh, my God. 9 years ago. No, more than that. What am I talking about? It's been like, I don't even know.
Anthony
Too long.
Well, I'm just bringing it up because Anthony cried on his wedding night. So
I was because I knew I made a mistake, not because I was happy.
So maybe Anthony can relate to this movie.
Oh, that would have been great. Imagine that.
Let me ask you guys.
Wedding's over.
How long did it last?
It lasted about 9 years, and that was
Just till this morning?
That was in 1999, and then it was over, Johnny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then you're going to love this movie because this guy, he falls in love with a girl on his honeymoon, and neither of them know of the other, and he juggles them, and it's fun. But the fun part is it's our first R-rated comedy in about 7 years, and we kind of really went for it.
Ooh, R-rated.
And the important question, what disability do you make fun of in this movie?
We make...
I would say we make fun of people that need to have their private parts shaved. And
That's right.
There's a big population.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I actually love the fact that you guys do that because most people are scared to go after some of those, subjects.
We don't particularly like disabled people. We're not afraid to admit it.
Good for you.
What happened is everybody asks that. We grew up in our neighborhood. We had a couple kids with intellectual disabilities, and we had a friend of ours who broke his neck in high school diving. So we were surrounded by kids with disabilities, and we weren't, we're not afraid of them.
Yeah.
Like they're all real people. Some are funny, some aren't. Some were cool, some weren't. So when we started making movies, we just thought it was weird that nobody puts people with disabilities in the movies. So we just load them up and try to make them, we try to, integrate them into society.
You guys in Something About Mary was it was brutal, some of the stuff. And it was, I mean that in a great way. And that's why it made the money it did. It was a great comedy. I mean, it was exactly what a comedy is supposed to be. It was hard-hitting. It was really funny. It wasn't soft. It wasn't cutesy like every other garbage comedy that comes out. And it was nice to see it make that kind of money at the box office.
Well, thanks. I got to believe that we're back in business here in this one with Ben Stiller, of course, and I really think it's probably he's better than he was in There's Something About Mary. This is probably the best movie he's ever made, really, because he hits so many different notes that it's just fun to watch him.
Gratuitous booby shots, R-rated?
Well, it's very R-rated, but the thing that separates it from the pack is I think it's the first real sex comedy in America, maybe since everything you want to know about sex, but we're afraid to ask.
Wow, it's going back ways.
I mean, we have a lot of pubic hair in here.
Hustler Magazine gave us a review. We got the full erection, which was good.
Oh,
I love those reviews.
We don't really care anymore now. We got that one.
Yeah, screw the reviews in Variety or something like that. That's the one you want.
It's an awesome review, actually.
Did they?
Yeah.
Great.
I just saw a great clip as we're talking that we're watching the trailer. And sight gags are either funny or they're awful. And this is a really good one where Ben is going to kiss the girl as she's on the bike, and her bike smashes into something that's stationary, and she flips off it. And
well, we were lucky on that one. That was just an accident during filming. So we kept the cameras rolling.
And how great was Matt Dillon in Something About Mary? Just the way you goofed on retards. I mean, you guys rule, man. You really do.
Retards.
No, I love that. Good. Why should people like that be immune like everybody else can be made fun of, so why not them?
You know what's funny is about Matt and that is, he was fantastic. But when he first saw the movie, he literally cried. He called his agent and said, "I'm done." This is a way advanced screening, and all he could see was that we're making fun of him.
Of him or of retarded people?
Of him.
Oh.
He thought that he was the brunt of it. No, listen, first of all, we never do make fun of, we don't make fun of people we include them. And in that movie, no, seriously.
I know you seriously.
If you look at that movie,
I know you.
The whole point is he says, he says, I have a hobby. She says, what's that? He says, I work with retards. The point is he's an idiot. It's not that we're saying, use that. In fact, we're trying to get rid of the R word once and for all because, to tell you the truth, in 20 years, the R word is going to be the N word. Nobody's going to use that.
Everyone's going to use it.
Everyone's using the N word now.
What's that?
Everyone's using the N word now.
Absolutely. I use the N and the R in the same sentence. And it's always to describe my girlfriend, who's white and smart.
What do you guys think of that whole thing, where we have to say the N word and there's, the F word? I mean,
the B word now
word
for bitch. Jesus.
Now we got the H word.
I have a problem. I think B word's fine. I don't think the N word's acceptable, and I'm trying. And I don't think the R word's very good either, especially when you're talking about them.
In any situation, I mean, like movies and TV, art, No,
okay. In any situation, yeah, you should be able to use it. The way listen, any word is usable. It's just that in what context.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, if you use the N word in a bad way, I think it's horrible. I think it's terrible. You call somebody that it's unacceptable, unforgivable because the pain. You know what it means. You know what it means to them. It's hundreds of years of pain. I just think it's uncool.
Doesn't it work so well though in certain movies? Like I couldn't picture watching Pulp Fiction and not having that word in there.
Well, no, it's fine. In that, I'm saying it's what's the context?
Yeah.
What's the context? Well, the context in that movie is that's a guy who is using it. That's not our hero. That's not the one. You should be able to use all these words. It's just in context and in normal conversation. You're sitting around the office and someone throwing N-bombs around. Not cool.
Well, yeah, of course not. But I mean, we're talking like in context of humor, and stuff like that.
Like certain movies, I couldn't picture it. My drive home, I couldn't picture not using it.
Watching certain sports games,
right? Sporting events.
When he got a lot of money on the game.
It's all in context. It really is. Anything is in context. You know when it's right and when it's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you can use it in certain situations, but you can't, and there are other situations where, it's painful, and why would you? It's not cool.
Hey, how come Jack Black didn't feel that the chick was fat in Shallow Hal? Like, his arms weren't really far apart when he was, like, hugging her.
We were hoping no one would ask that.
But no, that's like the only thing I was fixated on it. I liked the movie, but I was fixated on the fact that it's like, wait a minute, wouldn't he know when he hugged her that his arms weren't close together? Even though he saw her, it was like, wow, you have this force field around you.
I have a question about Shallow Hal, too. There was a lot of great, fat jokes in there. There was some really great trashing of the fatties, which made me happy. But at the end, it was almost like there was a Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. They had to make this statement about how it's not right to judge people based on weight and stuff, but they had to get a hot girl to do it. Like, instead of getting, a real big fat disaster to make that statement, which did actually have a merit to it.
So, well, you're saying they, and you're talking about them.
No, I mean, yeah.
But it's easier to make a skinny girl fat than a fat girl skinny.
No. I mean, not even about the looks, but I mean about the actual statement which was being made, which was, she was saying kind of like, hey, you're judging fat people, instead of somehow getting a fat girl to say that, because I think it wouldn't have held the same interest for people. We tend to be more empathetic towards a hot person. I certainly am.
Yeah, you like Gwyneth better than, that's going to be in Rosie O'Donnell's new autobiography. But Gwyneth is, when Gwyneth says it, you listen.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's still a good movie.
Well, thanks.
And what made you want to make a sequel of Dumb and Dumber?
We didn't make one.
No, we actually didn't want to make a sequel. They made that without us.
Oh, see? Because, look, I'm looking at the bio. I want to smack someone in the head. I want to smack somebody.
Yeah.
I thought so, too. I was like, why would they do that?
No. We had nothing to do with that. That was New Line. But, New Line, that was our first movie, Dumb and Dumber, and New Line owned the rights, and they came to us and said, we want to make a prequel, you know. And we're like, what are you, crazy? Every 16-year-old kid's Dumb and Dumber. The whole point is that the guys are almost 40 or you know.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they're still
joke.
Dumb and Dumber, right.
That's the joke.
Dumb and Dumber, so we had nothing to do with it. Our names aren't on that.
So did you see it?
I never did.
Never did either, no.
Yeah.
Oh, they saw it. They saw it and goofed on it.
I didn't see it either. All I saw was like trailer and movie posters, and it was like douche chill city.
Well, you know, I have to say this, and seriously, I never did see it, but in the trailer, at least one of the guys reminded me a lot of. Both guys reminded me of Jim and Jeff.
Yeah, they really kind of got a couple of guys that looked like them and kind of acted like them a little bit. But
Casting, I'll give them that.
you give them the casting.
But no, we had heard it wasn't very good and just didn't check it out. But these things happen. You know, there was a sequel to Airplane that the Zucker brothers had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the one with William Shatner in it.
Where they're on the moon, they go to the moon or something?
Yeah, it's some kind of space thing.
I don't know, but they didn't. You hope that it happens and then they go away, and people don't remember it. But no, we didn't.
I'm so sorry I brought it up, sir. But I'm glad you cleared it up that you had nothing to do with it, because maybe that'll help the people that put together these bios next time to never ever do that again and make me look silly.
No, that's,
you're fired.
You don't look silly.
No, you don't look silly because a lot of people just assume that these guys made that movie.
Oh, good. I did a public service.
Yeah, we got the word out that they had nothing to do with it.
Now, when you guys wrote,
appreciate that.
When you guys wrote Caddyshack 2. That could be the worst sequel ever made to a great comedy.
Have you seen Slapshot 2?
Oh, that another awful movie.
I never saw Slapshot 2.
Yeah.
No,
You're not the only one.
That, yeah.
Well, Ben Stiller, I mean, I'm a fan of Ben Stiller. Everything. Who isn't? He's just the greatest awkward moment person I think I've ever seen in a movie. Nobody plays a really uncomfortable moment better than Ben Stiller.
Yeah, well, the great thing about this one is he's the best reactor in the business. He can make anything funnier by his reaction to it. But in this one, he's very aggressive, proactive, and that's why I think it's his best thing, because he really, really runs with this one. He's not just waiting around waiting for things to happen to him. He's making them happen.
And the critics are saying this is your best film since There's Something About Mary.
Well, that's nice, but
or did you write that?
Bobby, did you write that?
No, what I actually liked, I think it is, first of all, but they wrote, this is the best movie that the Farrelly brothers and Ben Stiller have made since There's Something About Mary. It's like, well, that's the last one we made together,
Isn't that a backhanded compliment, too? That's like, everything sucked since Something About Mary.
By the way...
It is different, though. After Mary and then Me, Myself, and Irene, there was a feeling that, the audience was sort of expecting us to kind of outdo ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing about Mary, the reason it worked is because no one saw it coming. It snuck up on you. You can't do those things when people are waiting for it. So that's why we went off and did Shallow Hal and different movies. We wanted to, surprise people maybe in a different way. And but it is nice to be back doing this because it frees us up, and it's when you can really push it, we are at our best.
Were you guys like growing up geeky brothers just with cameras and stuff, or did you kind of get into this later? How did you do this? Because it's odd that a couple of brothers would want to do this and then be so successful.
Yeah, not only were we not like movie buffs or guys going around with cameras, but we were in our late 20s and had absolutely nothing to do with the movie business at all.
Great.
How amazing is
fantastic.
that?
Gone through a series of jobs which we sucked at, and so we're like, let's try screenwriting. Let's give that a whirl. And
try screenwriting.
It just connected.
What was the last job you had before you hit it big in Hollywood?
Bobby invented his last job was he and his buddy invented the world's first round beach towel. And it was called, this is true, it was called Sunspot. They actually patented it. And the theory was that when you're at the beach, rather than, get up and move your towel as the sun goes across the sky, you just can move your butt.
Wait, I remember that.
But it turns out people don't mind getting up now and then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, the good thing is, though, because like when you stretch out on a towel, who wants to stretch out and be comfortable? I want to lay kind of in a half circle. That's the way you want to do it on the beach. Kind of curl your body like you to the left.
Oh, that is funny. The Sunspot.
It was actually a good idea, but they were blithering idiots in business, so they kind of messed it up.
We were limo drivers, bartenders, all that sort of thing.
All that fun stuff. Well, we're running out of time on this side of the show. The Heartbreak Kid in theaters Friday?
Yeah,
this
Opie Friday.
Starring
Great,
Ben
man.
Stiller, of course.
And you guys do great work, man. Really funny, edgy stuff. So good luck with this one.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, take care.
yeah, keep being politically incorrect. We need more of you guys out there.
Well, check this one out. You'll find that.
All right, very good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey. That's cool.
Do we have a plug for Brother Joe? Him and his band showed up.
Oh, yeah.